First crater we're looking at is the Kamm or Red Ridge crater in Namibia. It's relatively small, only 2.5 kilometers in diameter, but it's very beautifully preserved. And the reason for this is that it's quite a recent impact, estimated to be 3.7 million years old. It was discovered in the 1960s through aerial photographs. It's been covered by the desert sands that blow across the Namib desert by the wind. The next crater we are going to look at is the Karakul lake crater in Tajikistan. It's much bigger than the Kamm crater, at about 52 kilometers diameter. It's much less beautiful, so it's formed in this mountainous region roughly 5 million years ago, which geologically is not that old. And it's notable because it's one of the few impact craters that has been described in a mountainous area. So mountain regions, they tend to erode much faster than lower lying areas. So these mountain craters, they tend to not be preserved very long. Next is an impact crater in China, the Lake Tai crater, which is believed to be relatively recent, as little as 10,000 years old, but quite large. So it's roughly 69 kilometers in diameter. Now this structure is not fully proven to be an impact crater, but many researchers believe due to its perfect round shape that it could only have formed through impact. And one of the things that is very notable about this structure is that it's in a densely populated area. So most of the craters that we look at are very sparsely populated, like the one in Tajikistan or the one in Namibia. But this lies on a beautiful lake with many different towns and villages around it. Probably the biggest thing that hinders researchers to determine that this is a definitive proven impact crater is that people have not yet found deformed or shocked materials in this area. So some reports say that there is shocked quartz. This is a type of sand that can only form from an impact, but others believe that this is not fully accurate. The next structure is actually the second largest confirmed impact structure in the world, which is the Sudbury Basin. It's located nearby the city of Sudbury in Canada and has an elongate ellipsoid shape. So this ellipse form is what people believe to be the crater. It's an extremely old structure, so it's been estimated quite accurately to be about 1.84 billion years old, making it much older than complex multicellular life on Earth. So it did not cause any major extinction. Its full size is disputed, but it may be as much as 200 kilometers in diameter in its original geometry. Now the fact that it has this ellipse shape is not because the impact, it's actually because it was deformed later by plate tectonics. So the original crater was probably perfectly round, and the current shape is because it was reshaped. So one of the other things that is very cool about this impact crater is that it's actually responsible for forming economically significant deposits of metal ore. So a lot of these structures that you see here are mines where people are mining copper and various other metals, which were probably brought there by the impactor itself. So the object that collided with the Earth was very rich in these deposits and actually mixed them into the rock in this area. Our final structure is the Nastapoka Arc, which is an enormous structure in the north of Canada, an area that is very, very rich in impact craters. In fact, these are two very easily visible craters right here. And this arc shape has been long suspected to be part of a mega impact structure, but this has never been proven. So if this is in fact part of a large impact, then it could be the largest impact structure in the world at roughly 450 kilometers in diameter. However, no significant structures or minerals that are associated with impact have been found here. And there are several hypotheses related to plate tectonics that could also explain this circular shape. So this remains a bit of an impact crater mystery.